Hello, my name is Jackie Jensen and I am a Purple Status Presenter with Yoinique. This is part 4 in my 6-part series, Yellow to Pink. I'm hoping by now all of you have had some amazing things happen in your businesses and you're almost to yellow by now. But today I'm going to talk about the most important thing in getting to pink, which is recruiting. Because the more people you have under you, the easier it's going to be. Because if you have one person under you, you each have to get around $1,200 in sales. But think about if you could have 4 or even 6. And remember, with pink, it doesn't matter what level they are underneath you, as long as they are under you somewhere. So if your recruit gets a recruit and then they get a recruit, they're all under you. So it's really, really great. This is something that you want to teach your teams as well as practice yourself. Okay, first of all, I'm going to talk about attraction marketing. Now, I'm going to preface all of this by saying I am not a recruiting expert. There are so many videos on recruiting out there, but I'm going to tell you the things that have worked for me and the things that I have picked up along the way. Most of what I'm going to tell you are things that I am stealing, but I'm going to try to condense it all down and give to you the best of what I have heard and the things that have worked for me. Basically, what attraction marketing is displaying yourself in a way that makes yourself look appealing. For instance, if you're constantly putting on your Facebook how broke and how miserable you are, people probably are not going to join your team. They're not going to want to do what you are doing. However, if you're posting about how awesome being part of Yoinique is, the sisterhood, thanks Yoinique for dinner, and all of this kinds of things, people are going to be like, she must be really successful at what she's doing. Or if you're always like saying, oh my gosh, I just love all this free makeup that I'm getting, taking a picture of yourself on a cruise, being like, thanks Yoinique, all this stuff, people are going to love what they see. So the rule of thumb is you're going to want to post on your wall about 3 times a day. Now, less than half of those posts, I would say 1 out of the 3 be about Yoinique. The rest of them, just inspirational quotes that you've seen, stuff about your life, your kids, your family. You want people to realize that you are a real person. Even in my client group, every once in a while, I'll just put a random picture of my family and say, thanks so much for sponsoring or for helping me achieve my goals or something like that. And then you're going to want to also, because of Facebook algorithms, you want to make sure that every once in a while you're doing a post that will get a lot of interaction. For instance, one night my husband and I were eating dinner and he was so convinced that every single person on the planet eats the skin on the potato. So I did a quick survey. Within about an hour, I had about 150 comments on there. Now, with the way Facebook works, if they see that a lot of people are interacting with your posts, the next post, which ideally you want it to be within a couple of hours, the next post, a lot of people are going to see it as well because they're like, oh, they must be saying stuff a lot of people want to see. So kind of time it that way. Maybe do a survey. What's the best dentist in town, or whatever. Do that post like that and then follow it up in a couple hours with a Yoinique recruiting post or a Yoinique whatever post. I will say though, do not ever use the term join my team. You can say things like hashtag don't watch me, join me, whatever like this, but never ever say join my team. You might want to say who loves free makeup, who's interested in this amazing kit for only whatever, who needs some kidnappers, whatever. But never ever say join my team. It's scammy, it's spammy. People don't want to hear it. Okay, I recently heard something that rocked my world. It was from Amber Voigt, and she said that 1/2 of your time spent on Yoinique should be spent recruiting. That's 50%. So if you sat down and you spent an hour on Yoinique, that would mean a half an hour of that would be spent on recruiting. I know personally I haven't done that, and I've really challenged myself to do that recently. 1/2, let that sink in for a second, of your time should be spent recruiting. So 1/2 of your time should be spent not just posting, but messaging people individually, asking them what their goals are, if they could use a little bit more money a month, that kind of thing. There also was an idea that I've heard recently where what they've done is they posted on like buy sell trade groups or different things. Remember, you are allowed to post about joining your team, except for don't use those terms, joining your team, but you can post about that on buy sell trade groups. And so anybody who is interested, that person just said, hey, they didn't even say they were makeup, nothing, but they said, hey, would you be okay if I added you to a group for more information? And if they would friend request them and then add them to this group. Now, The only things in this group were, number one, there was a video of them explaining just their heart and their journey with Yoinique, and then number two, a picture of the kit. And that was it. They never posted in it ever. So then they didn't have to weed through a bunch of stuff or whatever, and they could just kind of see, oh, no pressure, look at it, and then they could follow up in a couple of days. So that's an idea. I'm going to be creating one of those this month, a little group that people can go to for more information. I can add them. I always have a running list of people who I know are interested in the business. And I always follow up with them every few weeks. How are you feeling? And then if they're not feeling comfortable, I always offer them to do a party first so they can see how it goes. My best recruits have come from being party hostesses, which adds me to how do you meet people? If you only have 100 friends on Facebook when you start, we have a little bit of a problem. So before you need to make your Hot 100 list. You're going to highlight them in certain ways, certain colors, depending on how they react to you. If you only have 100 friends, you're going to get through that fast. So you need to add five new friends every day to your Facebook. So here's some ideas. You can join a club buy-sell trade group. You could just meet people, start chatting with them. Remember, don't talk about Facebook. Just chat with them, start, whatever, and then just say, hey, do you mind if I add you to my Facebook? And then after you've built a relationship, then you can say, hey, I have an amazing makeup, and they're going to see that you sell makeup, but do you mind if I add you? Another way is just out and about, getting involved in different hobbies and different clubs, just in person. Another way, my very favorite way, is parties. Everybody who likes something, I send them a little friend request. My sponsor did this one time. She went through her husband's list, and any woman on her husband's list, she added. Any wives of husbands that you have, you can add them. If people see that you have a lot of friends in common, especially if your spouse is a common, they'll usually accept your friend request. And you don't have to add them to your client group right away. Just have them on your Facebook. And if you're posting 3 times a day and one of those posts is Yoinique related, they're going to see and they're going to know. People come up to me all the time and say, hey, I saw on your Facebook that you sell Yoinique, and they start talking to me about it. And every single person that you message, everybody who loves the product, everything, you should always say, you should sell it. You can sell it. You can sell it. And just say, come with the attitude of, this is amazing. And remember, I did a whole segment on this, but what is your attitude when you're talking about it? This could be the answer to somebody's cry for help. This could be just the financial miracle that they're looking for. So that's the attitude you need to have. Like, I'm helping you here. This is an amazing opportunity. And then of course, just like we just heard, don't be afraid of that no. If there's a no, there's a yes right around the corner. So we love those no's. So I hope this helps you. Recruiting though, again, I'm going to say 50% of your time should be spent on recruiting. But there's some practical tips for you. If you're messaging new people every single day about joining, so that's not following up, but that's new people, I can guarantee you will sponsor at least one person this month. So 3 to 5 new people every day, you're going to sponsor somebody so you can get to pink. Remember, you have to have one person active to get them to pink, but you can do it so much. I believe in you, and I'll look forward to segment number 5.